is up, everybody? Fucking A, I cut all my hair off. I told you I was going to do it. My color's not in yet, though. But I did it. Oh, yeah, I'll take that.
Folks, I know there's a history here. I'd like to get this hearing in today. You know, everybody needs to just focus on the relevant facts, okay? I know there's a history here.
You can see it's all gone.
You talking up by Sunset Mart?
Pretty
up
high.
the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you?
I can put it a million ways.
All right. Who's responsible here? Who's responsible here? Whose house is this? You haven't been drinking or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Drive careful, okay?
That's the haircut.
This is what the other group had that ran away.
Oh, really? You just ditched it? Awesome.
Yeah, those ones kept walking in the car. And the other one.
It's truly for the win.
That one's for Carson. There you go. Yep, cut it all off, and I'm actually gonna put my platinum back in. So Jack says I'm too gray without it. You know. Welcome to the transparency. Let's talk about it. I cut all my hair off. That's the number one thing that we're going to talk about is my hair. I cut it all off. And I'm actually going to go a little shorter around the back and the sides. It's like at a 3 or a 4, and I'm going to go to a 2. So yeah. And I was in I was in a hurry, so I wanted her to do my blonde platinum. But I didn't want to fuck up my color to be in a hurry because I was doing all holiday shit. So I said, we will do it on Friday. To all my color back in, but yes, I cut it all off. But it's like a 2 all the way around. I mean, no, it's a 4 it's a 4. It's so weird to take a shower. It's super weird to take a shower. I don't gotta do much to make my hair stand up. It's very thick. My hair's very, very thick. So, but I'm gonna put all my blonde platinum back in. So it'll be like this color, like pretty much all over. But yeah. What the fuck am I doing? Well, I figured my hair grows back pretty quick. Can you see the back? I mean, yeah, it's there's just nothing to really see. There's just no hair there. Like it's all gone. Like you can't pull it. So I don't know. Why is this? Something's been going on with our internet over here. My videos chop up. I really want to talk about why Luigi Mangione is matching his lawyer's outfit. I want to talk about the fact that mainstream media is finally realizing, like, oh my God, Brian Kober may not be the one. Okay. So, yeah, and she did it off of the pink. So when I say I'm going my blonde platinum, it's going to be pretty fucking blonde. It's like this color. Probably like this, like over here. This one. I actually have to take time to style it though. like blow dry it and style it. But then I just take fucking what do you call it? My spray shit and just pull it, spray it, do whatever I want with it, and it'll just go wherever I want. Just some fucking hair. My son's funny. He said, you know, I think I like it a little bit better the other way. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. He's like, just a little bit. I was like, you're just not used to it yet. I was like, I'm not even used to it yet. Like literally, like when you're in the shower, you're just like, where's all my hair? But so how did everybody? Merry Christmas. Shit. Cheers. Merry Christmas. What are you guys sipping on? I'm having some champagne. It took her, well, because we didn't know how short we were going to go. She was like, this could be 2.5 hours to cut my hair. And I'm like, why? Well, Lana, because I was going back and forth on what I wanted. So like, she was like cutting it and then like wouldn't go all the way. And I'm like, fuck it. Just do it. Just do it. 2.5 is long. Oh yeah, it was black people style, man. Oh yeah, we're allowed to have like alcohol though when we do our here. Are you guys allowed to do that? We can do that here. So you can. We brought in some bubbly. We made sure that we tipped the girls well too. So, but Merry Christmas. Did you guys get all the kiddo stuff? Jax is happy. He squeaked out an Xbox X at the last minute. Santa had a weak moment. You have a face that can pull off a short or a long hair. Oh God. Well, I thought about my ID and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to get a new ID because they're not gonna believe it's me. But yeah, Jack squeaked out an Xbox X at the last minute from Santa, I think. Kid gets it all. He's a good boy though. What about the funniest gifts that you guys got this year? Anybody get funny gifts or like you were just like, what the is this? Let's see. I would think the funniest gift I got this year. Well, I had to have like myself get some Santa gifts, you know. And so Santa got me some like mops and brooms. And I was like, I don't know if Santa thinks I'm a witch or what, you know. It's like, no, mop like a shit. No. You just need to clean. Oh, you got a Fitbit? Oh, nice. Oh, eating late dinner on the East Coast. That is pretty late. 10:22. We had to hit up Benihana today and get some sushi, and you know we were traveling, so like on the way, I thought it would be a great idea to go to Benihana, so we did. Ooh, that's very nice. There you go. We were doing eggnog last night with a lot of extra whiskey. I passed. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Well, that's what I thought when you said I got mops and brooms, and no joke, I wanted a whole new set. So, so that's what Santa brought me. You know, for the cleaning crew. Lana, did you love that Diddy shirt? Did you guys see that? Oh shit, that Diddy shirt was off the hook. Well, it's a sweater, but no Christmas. You guys aren't celebrating Christmas. What the hell? How do people do that? You got to celebrate Christmas. How is that even possible? Wine gummy bears. Ooh, I got to try those. I never tried those. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh, a blender. Anybody get a vibrator? Nobody got any vibrators? There's usually one vibrator out there. No bullets, no NutriBullets. Mr. Beer, thank you. None your business. Thank you for being a member. I'm showing now. LOL, Merry Christmas. Oh, member for 5 months. There you go. Love it. Love that hair. Cheers. Where's my fucking bell? There we go. Merry Christmas, William. You guys, who is not just dying at the fact? Okay, topic of conversation this year at Christmas Eve was you had like 3 little groups formulating. The first group was if I wanted to sit over at this table, they were talking about death benefits. I said, what the fuck? Death? So I passed and I didn't sit at that table. Then no taxation without representation table. No shit. And then we just kind of created our own like couch area. And I'm like, so what do you guys think about that like CEO shooter? Because we're all Italian. I was like, man, when I saw those brows, I thought it could be any one of my cousins. And so then we started talking about the whole CEO shooter. And I was showing my cousin a video and I was like, look at, I don't know if this was planned, but why is his lawyer and Luigi dressed in like the same fucking outfit? I didn't know if it was planned, but I was like, this is awesome. So if anybody saw it, I was just like, woo, cheers. And then she brought it. Okay. I don't give a shit if he is innocent or guilty right now. 100% everything that she said is point on. Like, why is the mayor doing a perp walk? That's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen ever. Okay. Like, and then basically the mayor isn't about to get his own perp walk. Okay. Yes, the sweaters, right? Like, holy shit. I was just like, whoa, what is going on? And I just thought I was like, maybe it was like I'm on accident. But then I thought about it. I'm like, no, you know what? Like she would know what he's wearing. And maybe it was like planned. So can you see Ann Taylor and fucking Brian Kober matchy? Just matchy. I mean, maroon with the white. Come on. Woo. Anyways, I just loved it. I loved everything that she said. She's talking about our rights, y'all. She's talking about our rights. She's so money. She's so good. She's so expensive. So I know there's a lot of talk out there about Luigi's family not supporting him, disowning him. Who even fucking knows? Well, clearly, I don't know how he got his attorney, but I know that he's got money. His family has money. They've raised over $200,000 for his defense. I said it's going to be $500,000 by the time the new year hits. What do you guys think? $500,000? I think $500,000. Oh, love the new do. When I hacked my long hair off, it took me a few showers before I stopped dumping way too much shampoo in my hands. I'm guilty of that. Yeah, but I think it just feels really good. So I think I probably did 4 shampoos and 4 conditioners the first time because it's just that feels really good. And I'm like, now I know why these guys are like jizzing in chairs when they're going to get their hair done. Oops, sorry, PG-13. And I'll say it. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't know if he's guilty, but I will just say this. How the hell could he get a fair trial in New York? Everybody's rocking the women lawyers too. So kudos. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it. So yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. I said I would wait till after the holidays to give Washington a hard time with their, what was it? When they did oh yeah, the 2021 breaking and entering, potential stabbing, knife situation incident. You guys know that they went for the wrong date, right? When that guy was working. They asked for 10/10. Well, the fucking incident didn't happen yet. If you go by that, you're supposed to ask for 10/9. So I don't know if you guys caught that on my last live. Did you guys catch that? In the Brian case, well, I say it's Brian. It's not Brian's case. The case where he was a person of interest. This is how dumb WSU is. Did you guys not catch that? Well, let's bring it to your attention. So let's go like this. Where's my papers? Where are my papers? Marky, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Oh, it's somewhere in here. Look at these dipshits, though. Where's my shit at? Oh, here it is. Okay. So when they went to obtain the search warrant, this is how good they are. Just kidding, they're really not good, but share screen. Windows. Oopsies. Hold on 1 second. I think I'm just gonna throw this laptop out the window. I'm just done with it. Okay. I wasn't trying to dox anybody, but I'm going to show you these papers. All right. So when they went to go get this search warrant, before they went and did that, this chick went to, okay. I think this has everything redacted. All right, let's take a look. They were looking for Cruz's like work information, and jeez. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. What the heck is this thing doing? Really? Oh, here we go. All right, take a look at what these idiots did. These are the people that were working on the Brian Colbert case. Same fucking crew, man. Same well-trained individuals. Here you go. Take a look at it. Okay. So this whole incident happened, guys, just so we're clear. You guys can see the paperwork yourselves. at 3:29 p.m. or a.m. on 10:10. Okay, so that would mean that 10:10 at the nighttime wouldn't have happened yet because this is in the AM. Okay, these idiots go and talk to the people that work at this Mexican restaurant, and they said, please show me Miguel's time card and Cruz's time card. And they wanted to know what their time card said on 10:10. And I'm like, you guys, these are the idiots. This is why shit doesn't get solved in this town. I was assigned to follow up on this case. I went to Rancho and spoke with the manager, Pedro. Pedro showed me Cruz's time card stating Cruz had worked until 10:20 hours on 10:10. That would be the fucking next day, you dipshits, okay? Rodriguez said that day Cruz and Miguel had worked together, okay? So they want to see Miguel's timesheet. You guys, they are going and looking at the next night. They should have been asking to see 10:9, okay? 10:9, not 10:10. And right here, this is all anybody would ever need to know is to say, like, this is why we don't believe anything that y'all do. Because you guys are just dumb. You're just dumb. Like, this is dumb. How did nobody catch this? Nobody to this day has caught this. This is so bad. And they're the ones that are investigating a triple or a quadruple homicide. If I was the parents of any of these college kids, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. This is crazy. But yeah, so they went and looked and asked for time cards for 10:10, which should have been the next night. You guys, so when people say, like, do I think that this is like, are they, in some big conspiracy? No, you guys, they're just not good. They're really, really bad at their job. But the people that are really, really bad aren't even the people like that are like the detectives or like the patrol people. We're talking about the person that signed off on this whole fucking case. They're pathetic. Okay? They don't have, like, they're just not good at their job. So this isn't like, oh, somebody was trying to frame Brian or both. You guys, this is people that are not good at their job. And then down the road, they were like, I gotta cover for myself type of people. Like, oh, shit. Okay. But this is, I mean, this is elementary. You guys, there was a break-in at 10:10, 2021 at 3:00 in the morning. Okay, we need to go see when this guy was working, that night, and if the other guy was working together. Okay, well, the night leading into the incident, right? Yeah. You wouldn't go and ask for 10:10. That would be the following night, technically. You have to go and get the time card for 10:9 because the incident is at 10:10 at 3 a.m., you motherfucking dumb asses. Okay? But do you understand how many names went through and were on this police report? The whole damn Pullman Police Department. Chris Engel, Joseph, Germer, Ruben Harris. He's the one that pulled the trigger on Brent Kopacka. Okay? Matt. I mean, look at all these fucking people. And then the person that's literally in charge saying, woohoo, we are so good at our job. You guys, this got put out to the world. This got put out to the world, and nobody wants to talk about how shitty that they didn't even go. Look at this. Then somebody was like, hey, you need to look into this case. We had an incident like this on our campus, and this is how bad of communication there was. Moscow Police Department asked for this incident report. Then Andy Huddle is with ISP. This is how much ISP and Moscow talk. Nope, they don't. So then Andy Huddle from ISP, he went and asked for it. This is first presser, 1116. Second presser is when you heard a lot from ISP. That's how much they communicate. This is crazy. This is crazy. So anyways, right here, you just gotta laugh. You gotta laugh at the fact that they went and obtained, and then you want to talk about search warrant, okay? Then this search warrant becomes absolutely like, this will get thrown out in a heartbeat because they used the information from going and meeting with these people over at that freaking restaurant. And it's like, wow, to say that he worked that, it's absolutely crazy. So if you guys are just joining, I cut all my hair off. Literally cut it all off. Because I'm a rock star. Gotta go grab some more of my shampoo. Bella says, Merry Christmas, right?
Merry Christmas.
Merry motherfucking Christmas!
It's Christmas.
Where's all the champagne?
It's out, hun.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate you. We're just talking about how pathetic Pullman Police Department is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I bet you I could work there as a blind woman. I think I could get a job there working there as a blind woman. And write up reports better than that. So what kind of bubbly are you guys sipping on tonight with your families? I was at, I don't even know how many houses this past 3 days. Whew. Yep, cut it all off. Yep. You guys are drinking Buzzball? Hell no. That'll lay you out in your asses. Diet Coke, that'll get you laid. You'll remember it. Oh, shit. I mean, this is just, you guys, this is who investigated the quad homicide. These idiots. These morons. Cheers. Yeah, let me just go ask the Rancho, what's the name of this place? Rancho Viejo in my Ajo. Yeah, I spoke with the manager, Pedro. Let me see that time card. When was Cruz and Miguel here? On 10:10. They worked at 10:20. One of them left at 10:20. The other one was out of there at 11:30. Great. Too bad it's the wrong fucking day. What a bunch of idiots. I mean, how embarrassing. And nobody caught this. Nobody caught this. Actually, the transparency, but they clocked out 20 minutes after the hour due to customers leaving at 10 p.m. or something like that. Who knows? Who gives a shit? It's the wrong damn day. None of it matters. None of this matters. Well, hey, Bella, what's the name of this place? Is this Rancho Viejo in my Ajo?
If it's California, you're asking me.
I don't even know.
Where? Show me. I have my glasses on.
Is that Rancho Viejo in my Ajo?
Rancho Viejo, yes.
Viejo in my Ajo.
The Rancho Viejo.
That's what I would name it.
Rancho Viejo.
Yep.
Hey, I got some.
What was it? They are dumb as fuck. 100% the date should be the 10th or the 9th. 100. 100. Up in, 100. That is Bella. No, I'm putting all my platinum back in. I mean, how stupid. How do you go and get a search warrant and fucking even make that mistake? And then you want to go get a search warrant? And then guess what she does? Ready for this? We need to get a knife here. And she just leaves the knife out. I got to call the judge back up and say, yo, up in there. Yo, I forgot to write that I needed this knife. How do you even like... And then you find two and you don't even take them. What the hell's going on around here? No wonder they only have 110 pieces of evidence, you guys. They only, like, look at this. We're going to take the Avista bill because it has the address and we can say that he lived there. And what a bunch of complete morons. And then, I mean, just stupidity. I mean, Ann Taylor's gonna, if half of this shit doesn't get thrown out, you guys, this is what they do. This is them. Like, how do you ask for, here's the search warrant. Wait, we got to go to the affidavit for it. It's even better. Officer Banks, this email is a reply to your application for search warrant. You emailed your declaration under oath in support of this search warrant. After we spoke on the telephone, your email declaration is also electronically submitted from a device owned, issued, or maintained by a criminal justice agency. Based upon my review of your sworn declaration, I find that you have probable cause to believe that a crime has been committed and the evidence you seek is likely present in the location you seek to search. Since why is the judge writing all of this shit? Brianna, what do you need? The bottle. Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem. How do you even like question these people? Like, shouldn't she be writing this? Like, he's writing it to her, like, hey, yeah, I'm going to include all of this in this email since you just decided not to put it in your sworn statement, but I'm just going to put all this shit in there. Like, get the fuck out of here. I can't. I just can't. So I just drink when I have to read this shit because it's so difficult to deal with. You guys just hit the help desk up, though. Give them a little helpy help. Search warrant. So stupid. How the fuck do you do this? How do you mess up this bad? And then, you know. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh, shit. Here it is, search warrant. Oops, forgot to put steak type knife that I'm looking for. But I gave it to you over the telephone, so all's good. You guys, this is so bad. So bad. Homie, you know what? And I'm going to mention this. Oh, thanks. I already had one, but thank you. Okay, appreciate that. You guys, this is how people, okay, you want to catch somebody before they, like, really do it. Okay? So here's a guy, 100% I either think it was a female, okay, or it was this little short dude that lived underneath these broads, okay? 100%. And so you would think, here's an opportunity for us to catch somebody before because they're going to try it again, right? He did it before with that other broad, and now he's just going to do it again. So here's an opportunity for us to get him, right? Because this guy's just going to do it again. All right? You guys read his track record, right? So here's an opportunity for us to get him, right? All right. Like, this is somebody that's like, he keeps pushing the envelope. All right. And so here's your opportunity to get him before he's going to hurt somebody or a bunch of somebodies. All right. And this is what the fuck y'all do. This is how you think you're going to prevent, like, there is not a doubt in my mind that dude, if he hasn't already, he is going to hurt people. Okay? He is going to hurt people. like possibly kill people. And this is what they do. This is unfucking believable. Steak type knife. What is a steak type knife? I mean, what does that even mean? A steak type knife, if you think about it. Is it like is it a steak knife, but it's really not a steak knife? I mean, couldn't that be like any type of knife? I mean,
Why do they write it like that? It leaves stuff open.
okay, but so then this is the best question then. Why didn't you take the 2 knives that the broad found? She finds 2 knives, and this is what she says. Like I couldn't even breathe. Let me show you guys this bullshit. Absolute craziness. Let me get this broad, Brianna. Brianna, where are you at, broad? Is this you, Boo? BBB, that's you, BBB. She signs her name, BB. Yeah, Brianna Banks. Hit me from the backside. Okay, here we go. I located 2 large kitchen knives in Cruz's residence, which I measured and photographed. See evidence.com. I seized. So she took pictures of these knives. Wait, excuse me? Like, what are you talking about? You took pictures of these knives. She did not take them. She seized the Avista bill, though. By God damn, woman, you at least got the fucking bill. I can't believe this. So on 10/19, I received a call from an unidentified mother who had recently visited for Parents' Weekend. She told me that she had seen a smaller white male wearing a burgundy color hat, cleaning up leaves in the area. And she said the male had not done anything suspicious and seemed developmentally delayed. What? You guys, this is in her report. This is her reporting. Okay, great. Then she's like, okay, on to the next sentence, all right. On 10/19, I applied for a search warrant. Awesome. Cruz's residence for a steak-type knife, dark-colored burgundy ski-type mask, and indica of occupancy. Okay, awesome. The warrant was signed by Judge Hart. Here we go. I assisted in serving the search warrant. Awesome. Along with 2 other officers and detectives, I located 2 large kitchen knives in Cruz's residence. I just decided to measure those and take a picture, but I did not seize them. Why? You had permission to. You had permission to seize these. Or were you there before you got the steak knife written on there? Or if we go back and we actually look at this, okay. Is it before you asked to go get the, I mean, what? What, homie G? Look at this. You, in your affidavit, you put in that you are looking for this type of shit. Dark colored, full, like, you're looking for this and that you believe it's going to be found there. Steak type knife. And then you find these 2 knives. But it's like, if you think about it, like, what did you just, we just need to take a picture of them to show the girl and say, hey, are these are these one of the knives you saw? Because if you think about it, like, what's really going to be on the knife? No one's DNA, right? Well, I don't know. He got kicked back and pushed back into the clothing, into the closet. Maybe it did get on the knife. Maybe some touch DNA got on that knife. You guys, why wouldn't you take those 2 knives? If the guy was holding it and he fell back in, maybe it did brush up against, like, I don't know. Who knows? But let me ask you something. Why wouldn't you seize the items? Even though I think it's hilarious of what you think you're going to find. And like, oh, here, I just got to show. Yep, that's the knife I saw. That's the knife. Like, how stupid. Just idiots. But there's nothing, like, it's never going to hold up. Like, just so wild. Absolutely crazy. I later completed the return of service and emailed it to the court. I spoke with Miller and asked her to estimate the size of the knife. Miller demonstrated an approximately 5 to 8 inch blade using her hands. I photographed her estimation. God damn. I was photographing her going like this. It's about this big. Take a picture. Click, click. Maybe like, this was like the knife part of it, and like they were holding it like this, and so I would say like this, ridiculous, absolutely laughable. Okay, so then what'd you do? Well, then I photographed her estimation with, both with and without the handle. Miller could not remember anything additional regarding the knife or the suspect. I later received a call from her mom stating that she had heard through the grapevine of another sighting of a male in a burgundy ski mask. Okay? You guys, they did nothing about this. Okay, ready for this? So she says, I later received a call. Like, we don't know what later means, but it had to be before 10:26 because she wants us to know that. So let's even say that it was later that day. Who gives a shit? I later received a call from Mrs. Alex's mother stating that she had heard through the grapevine of another sighting of a male in a burgundy ski mask. I called Alex, who said she had heard through her roommates that some males living in the area had seen a male in a burgundy ski mask on 10/12/2021 standing outside their window and waving. Well, this is what gets funnier, okay? Ready? So you're the cop, you're the popo, right? You're the police. This is what they said to do. I asked if Alex could have the males who told her this call the PD to gather further information. Alex said that she would do so. As of 10:26, I have not received further reports. So that doesn't mean that nobody had talked to anybody. It's just, what do you mean reports? They don't ever make reports. Like, is this really real right here? On 10/27, I spoke with Cruz at his residence. I had WSU PD officer Eric Lara with me, who is fluent in Spanish. Cruz spoke mostly in Spanish throughout the interview, which was translated by Officer Lara. I Mirandized Cruz. Cruz told me due to his inability to speak English. Cruz told me that the discrepancy between his statement and Miguel's version of events was that the discrepancy between his statement was due to his inability to speak English. You guys, in the Dan Moore case with Dr. Drake, okay? The discrepancy on that Dr. Moore did not tell the police that he took a shit because he was about to shit his pants because he had diarrhea. That got him cuffed. Okay. This guy flat out says that he slept at somebody else's house. He was not home, but now it's a barrier, a language barrier. Okay. You can't make this shit up, after what's the case that they just what case was it over there in Georgia? Or illegal, what's his name? Killed what's her name? God bless it. You can't make this shit up. So Brashears, Sergeant Brashears said that I reminded Cruz that he very clearly expressed to Sergeant Brashears that he was not home all night and had spent the night at Miguel's, and that's not true. That he actually spent the night. He was home. Why is he? There it is. Yes. Why is this guy lying? Why is this guy lying about where he stayed that night? And then they're going to say it was a language barrier and he didn't understand it. But I call bullshit. Who cares? Still bring his ass in. He lied to you, right? No, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. He's 5 foot nothing, meets the description, little flimsy, and he's done it in the past. Or he's at least been accused of this type of behavior in the past. Okay. Unreal. Is this the guy they gave an alibi to for the wrong day? This is WSU's finest right here. Solving crimes one search warrant at a time. You guys, Cruz said that he and Miguel had actually walked back to Cruz's residence. Cruz said Miguel had waited for a ride and he had gone to sleep. Cruz denied hearing or seeing anything. Cruz said he had not noticed the police presence or heard the noise. Don't you think the police would have knocked on that guy's door that night with something like that going on? Just everything about their investigative skills are just poor AF, man. I can tell you this. There ain't no way in hell that I want these motherfuckers investigating who farted in my house. Okay? Period. Let alone a damn crime. All right. What a bunch of tools. Yep, just call in here. Here's the finest people in the world. Have them go. Yep, we're gonna need to go ask him what he was doing on the 10th of that night. Stupid, so stupid. Now there's talks about, is Brian Kober and his defense going to use this, to show reasonable doubt? Dude, he doesn't need to use this to show reasonable doubt. Okay? But I would use it to show how stupid they are. Okay? Like, I would use this not to show that this dude's the perpetrator. I would show this how incompetent these investigators are. I mean, this is on a whole nother level, you guys. How does it get past, like, a judge, the supervisors, everybody that would have been listed in this report? How does it get past every single person? Like, hey, you guys do realize that y'all asked for the wrong day of when homies were working, right? You guys realize that. Like, nobody told this to homegirl Banks. Nobody told Banks. Who gives a shit when they were working on 1010? Oh, yeah. Holy shit. I didn't even catch that. No, guess what? None of y'all motherfuckers caught that. Because you guys ain't bright. You guys are dumb. And I accept that. I think that's why you went to the academy. Okay? But it's fine. Go be a patrol officer. Okay? Write tickets. But investigating? Huh? Investigating? That's a whole different ballgame. Okay? You get to use a gun and point it at my car and it's to tell you if I'm speeding or not. Okay? The gun tells you if I'm speeding. You have to do no detective work to pull me over and say, I clocked you at 80 and a 60. Awesome. I'll take my ticket. Have a good day. Okay? No. Police work, when you want to talk about detective work, that does not get to go to a guy that's been patrolling for 5 years and, okay, you've paid your dues. Now we can go ahead and make you a detective. Sorry, but that's just not how it works. And I'm sorry, but like somebody, unless you didn't believe these girls, which I think that they did, okay. But this to me sounds like somebody. When you continue to read about the stuff that he did in the past, and then it's just so great when they attach this stupid ass shit. You have BK Norton. Let's talk about BK Norton too. Let's talk about that ass. Okay. What October 15th date are y'all talking about here? Let's talk about this. What October 15th date are you talking about? Okay. Let's take a look here. Let's zoom in. I have a lot of questions about this. This is absolutely absurd. Okay, so I figured out who I met with on October 15th, and it was BK Norton. I think we can safely tell. Pullman PD. You know what that means when they're saying I think we can safely tell. Like, they think she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? I think we can safely tell Pullman PD that we are not aware of any visits from Koberger. It's because they think she is cuckoo, okay? Like, oh God, that's who I talk to. All right? That's who I talked to. I talked to this girl who's had a problem with Brian Koberger from jump. This cuckoo nest. BK Norton. But my question is when, homegirl here is writing the police, right? Okay, so I figured out who I met with on October 15th. Well, are you talking about October 15th as in like that school year or October 15th as in like the year before, right? And then I said to myself, it has to be the year before, all right? There is no way that October 15th would be relevant for a damn thing. But if you are talking about October 15th as in 2022, because this is when this emailing is going on, like it's like, are you talking about 2022 October 15th or are you talking about 2021? Because it matters. And I'm just saying, I'm putting my money on the fact that they're talking about 2022. I mean 21. If they are talking about October 15th of 2022, then we got hella problems for BK Norton. She's got enough problems it being the year before, but how anybody is met. I think it's safe to tell Pullman police because they can't do their own job. You guys, Brian had nothing to do with this. Brian was not in town. We've never met that fucking dude. Okay. So we're not aware of any visits from him during that period. And we did not hold a recruitment event during that time. Now it comes to this question. Who told them? Who was the police's, okay? Who was Pullman's person, their lead, their tip that called in and said, I think that somebody called in on January 10th and said, I think there was a recruitment like ordeal. This recruitment event. Who in the fuck is that person? That's the $1 million question. And Taylor already knows, trust me. Oh, BK Norton is the classmate of Brian Koberger. Now, I personally think that she resembles that Gigi Jen woman. Okay, so maybe it's Gigi Jen woman's daughter, and that's why she's so fucking like crazy. Yeah. So who hit the police department up on January 10th to say, hey, yo, I think there was a recruitment event during that time frame. They would have to know multiple things. They would have to know about this event. Okay. Meaning this event, as in on 10 at 3:29 a.m. Okay. You have to know about that. So this is a person that would have to know about this event. Okay. B, so think about this. Did the police ever tell any of the family about, hey, we had a situation that happened like almost like a year ago to the date, like literally 11 months ago? A mask, a guy with a knife, on Pullman's campus, he did the same thing, but one of the girls was able to, like, I don't know, kick the person. All right. But so this person to give this tip on January 10th had to know about the WSU event, meaning the incident. Then they would have had to know that to say, oh, I think there's a recruitment event during that time period. But there really wasn't. So we did not hold a recruitment event during that time period, and actually did not hold an in-person one that fall at all. Okay? But if you remember on December 30th, when they asked the world, hey, send us anything that you can so that we can know everything that we can about BK, okay, Brian Koberger. So I want to know who called in this tip to say, like, it'd be really, it's just, this is why I think it's family, because it's somebody that had to know this. They had to even know that nobody would have known, okay, except for the girls that it's happened to or the police. Okay. So you got the victims, right? The victims and the police. And then whoever the police told, that's the only person that could be your source to say, you need to, I think, once they find out who Brian Kober was, and that it would be okay, we had that going on here during that time, to try to, like, act like you had something going on during that time. And that they would also have to know about this incident. And so you're dealing with either the victims, those girls that were in that body cam, the police, or whoever the police told, which in my opinion is the fam. Those are the only people that could have then, from what Homie Nuts here says, that we were asked to look into this because blah, blah, blah. January 10th. Hello, Mrs. Mackin. Pullman Police is looking into a lead on a burglary investigation from 2021. Looking into a lead. But I can prove that on 11/16 and 11/20, before they ever knew the name Brian Koberger, all right, they had already pulled these files. These files were already pulled. Okay. But this is going off of a January 10th, and the way that he writes up his police report on why he did it. If you go back to Chris Engel's police report, you can learn all about that. But I have heard WSU's Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology had some kind of on-campus event or program for prospective graduate students. Do you understand that whoever turned in this fucking tip, first of all, there was no in-person or recruitment. None. So the person who called this in was a fucking liar. That's why it's really important. Whoever called this in to say this is lying, because there was never a recruitment or an in-person anything, okay? Now, who would call and lie? Pullman PD is looking into a lead. They already had this little lead about this incident when the files got pulled back on 11/16 and 11/20. Okay, so now all of a sudden, like January 10th, well, you already, like, what do you mean a lead? You had this. You pulled everything back then. You didn't think to ask the school about what? You weren't thinking it was a criminal justice student then, right? You know what I think's hilarious is that when you guys found out it was Brian Koberger, or when you were starting to, like, look at him, right? Think about this. When you started to look at him and to being like, oh my God, the FBI gave us this tip and his name's Brian Koberger, right? And so we started looking into him. This tip is shit. This tip is shit. You would have known that he was in the criminal justice and criminology program as soon as you got the name Brian Kober as the tip. Just the tip. So why wouldn't this email have happened like December 10th, 2022? Because you had his name by then. I'm just saying at the very least. Let's just go with that. Why would it come now here? So again, Pullman PD is looking into a lead on a burglary investigation from 2021. I have heard WSU's Department of Criminal Justice. I have heard. Okay. Who did you hear this from? Okay. And then this is what led me to believe when he writes this email, January 10th, I have heard had some kind of on-campus event or program between October 4th and October 15th. Would you be able to provide a list of registrants or confirm a particular registrant attendee? Okay. Then now I can prove that there's emails that are missing from this FOIA. Okay. Because Chris, please see the email attached with the answer to your question on any events that the department may have had in regards to the time period requested. This is nowhere to be found. Okay. And that's on the 19th. This was written on the 10th. So we're missing emails. Don't worry, we're on it. Then, before that even happens, on January 18th is, for your records, in case you need this for a formal request, like January 11th, it's like, you're just giving us these pieces. Like, there's just shit missing. But then here we go, January 18th, and this is from this PhD, she's a professor. Okay, so I figured out who I met with on October 15th, and it was BK Norton. BK Norton is the person that ran to the media, allegedly, saying Brian Kober was acting weird and blah, 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 and fucking crazy ass shit. I can pull it all up for you guys. Just Google the name BK Norton, Idaho, and it will come up. I think we can safely tell Pullman, okay? So for this to have come out of nowhere, okay, so I figured out who I met with. There have to be some emails talking about, like, it just goes straight to this. Like, there's communications missing. And this is where it's like Ann Taylor's writing up her 20th discovery request because she's like, dude, we're missing hella shit here. Where's the other emails? Okay, it doesn't jump from this to this to this. Are you going to sit here and tell me you guys all talked on the phone? And then, so yeah, we had a discussion on the phone, and then I just decided to write them because I remembered who I talked to. Okay, Sugar Tit, sounds great. So, okay, so I figured out who I met with on October 15th, and it was BK Norton. I think we can safely tell Pullman PD because BK Norton's a fucking kook, and she's the one that was talking shit about Brian Koberger, and I believe BK Norton is a source of Steve Gonsalves. I'll say it. I have no problem saying it. I think we can safely tell Pullman PD that we are not aware of any visit. Now, see how she says the name Koberger here? Now, his ass, the guy that wrote the broad, right? He never said a name. He says, we're just simply looking into if you guys had this, event. He doesn't say, we're trying to figure out if Brian Koberger attended. All right. So we can then also tell ourselves, well, we're missing freaking communications because, again, she's over here saying we can tell the Pullman Police Department that there's no, you guys now gave us this name. And during that period, they indicated we did not hold a recruitment event And this is where I'm saying, so who did they hear it from that there was ever a recruitment event? Who gave them false information? Why is the PD from Pullman checking up with WSU because they heard that there was this event from October 4th to October 15th? There was no event. There was nobody meeting up. There was nothing. Who provided them with that information? That's who is spreading all the bullshit. It's this, and I'm telling you guys, it's the same fucking people. I know what emails I got back in the day. I know exactly what they say. And my emails from back in the day, from people that are very, very connected in this case, okay, they told me that it was going to come out that Brian Kober has done this before. And I said, what in the world are you talking about? It's going to come out that Brian did this before. Well, I think this is probably as pretty close of a fucking connection as you could possibly have to doing this before. And guess what? This wasn't Brian. Brian didn't do this. Brian didn't commit no crime on the campus of WSU in 2021. And bringing this to the attention of law enforcement, I'm sorry, but if I'm Ann Taylor, I'm using it to show the ineptness with these fucks. Period. I'm not going to try to go blame this on this dude, even though, shit, I'm telling you what, he's going to do it again. That guy is going to do it again. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind. That dude that was the neighbor of those girls is going to do this again. But more importantly, we're dealing with the JV team up in this bitch. When I said that they couldn't investigate a fart, they couldn't. They could be in a room with 3 people who farted. They wouldn't be able to tell you. They'd go sniffing the dog's asses because they would be like, oh, it's got to be the dog. We don't even have a dog. I wouldn't let them investigate a fart in my house. Who did it? You guys, they are bad. They are so bad at their jobs. You guys, this isn't a conspiracy. These people in Washington, they need to have free taxes for the next 10 years, okay? If this is what your tax money is going towards. These idiots. The wet bandits. We're the sticky bandits. WET, we're the wet bandits. Morons. Complete, utter morons. Okay? We're the wet bandits. This is, and so you can't sit here and say, Lana, it's some big conspiracy. No, you guys are just stupid. Like, this is just dumb. They are not good at their job. You know what? I don't care if they all had 4.0s. Okay? This ain't your forte. You need to leave this. Okay? You are not a detective. You guys went and thought that we should go get search warrants and talk to people's jobs on 10/10 and in the nighttime when the crime was committed at 3:30 a.m. on 10/10. Like, no, bitch, you need to go get 10/9s timesheets. I mean, that, for you not to even like just blink and know that, it's intuition. Like, you have it or you don't. You can't teach people that shit. It's like common sense. I cannot, like, this is just isn't your thing. You just need to go and get a different job because guess what? This community is suffering. Like, it's suffering. Any community that has people like this doing their shit is suffering. Hopefully you guys aren't drinking while I'm just talking shit about, because I'm probably saying some funny ass shit, but I but I want to know who told them that there was a recruitment event? Who gave them this false fucking information? Hey, you guys, like, who would have called me like, hey guys, I think there was a recruitment event. Go check it out. You would have to know about that incident. You have to know about that incident to offer that up. And I'm telling you, if you were saying, here, Lana, you have $100 worth of chips, who are you putting your money on? I have $100 worth of chips. Okay. My money is on that. Who said that? All in. All in. All my chips on. Because of his sources, who he is getting information from. His sources below dick. And I love him and Christy. But their sources suck dick. Okay? They're bad. Bad. This just isn't your thing. They're just bad. Bad intel. I'm double downing all my chips because I believe that the police told Steve about this incident. He found out about this incident. You want to know why? Because Steve told me in an email about this incident. Said that Brian has done this before, and I about fell over. And I said, well, then it should be this should be such an open and closed case. Like, you can't even believe how open and closed this is if Brian's done this before. If Brian's done this before, holy fucking shit. Like, come out blazing, man. How about save all the parents like an ordeal? Like, you know. And I think Anne was trying to do that. Anne keeps asking for discovery because it's like, dude, what are you hiding here? You have nothing. So, and you have to give us it before we go to trial. Why not save all these parents and these families? If you have the nuts, give us the nuts, and then we can talk about a deal. Okay? If you have the nuts, you have the nuts. But all Anne keeps seeing is bluff, 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 bluff. And now you've bluffed yourself into lying. You've done so much bluffing that it's because you've been lying this whole time. Not because you don't fucking have anything, but you've been lying for your police officers. You've been hiding stuff to cover for the lies that were spoken in affidavits to get, like, what is this? So, but the person that gave this fucking horrible information had to know about the actual incident that occurred on 10/10 to even try to, like, want to talk about this. And the only people that knew that, unless these people spoke, would be the victims or the police. So, and that's who they told, right? And then how did Sweet Sue, what's her name? Jen know this. Jen Gigi know this, okay? So much so that she got fucking plunder to go dumpster diving for her, okay? To put in for this shit. And all they just went ahead and did is just show more of BK not guilty. Thank you. That's all you're doing here is helping this train. Unfucking believable. So you might want to stop this crazy ass shit because all you're doing is truly helping the defense. If this guy is so fucking guilty, I'm telling y'all to stop your bullshit because you're just, woo! You guys, I tried to, the best case that I thought that maybe was connected to Brian Colbert was the Dana Smithers case, okay? I actually talked to their family, Dana Smithers' family, her sister. And I think that Dana Smithers case is way, way closer to home than people know. Okay. There's a lot to be said about the people that are the last ones to see somebody alive. Just remember that. There's a lot to be said when you need to clear the last people that have ever seen people alive. Okay. Those are your first people that you need to clear. And then you need to clear the house, like meaning AKA your inner circle. And in Idaho and Washington, man, guess how they work? They work outside in. Nothing that I've ever seen in my life Okay. Nothing that I've ever seen in my life. But this is so overly obvious. Like, and this is why I believe the police had to stop talking to the Gonsalveses, because they were taking information that was given to them during the non-gag period, right? Because this would have been given to them pre-gag, right? But then they're giving it out post-gag, right? And that's a problem. That's a violation of the gag order. If you didn't do the shit before the gag order came in play, I'm sorry, you're violating the gag order. And if you don't think that that's accurate, you're wrong. Okay? You're gagged for a reason. And that's to prevent with the police, because the police were telling the families things. And when you want to put out a hit piece like this, it matters then where the information came from, which is when you want to put out a hit piece like to list Brian as a person of interest. Okay. This is a case that has nothing to do with that case. You want to list him as a person of interest? Well, now I'm calling up Washington and I'm going to demand that they speak on this and clear him from this case publicly. This has nothing to do with the other case. So the public, aka the media, should be demanding that Brian be cleared of this case. And we should be demanding that Brianna Banks lose her fucking job and go back to the Post and retrain. Because wake up, Brianna. The incident was on 10/10 at 3:30 a.m. You're going to go get a timesheets for 10/10 at 10:30 p.m.? Girl, I hope to God you are a blonde, because it'll just at least flow better. This is sick. This is stupid. This is stupidity. You guys, right here, Moscow Police Department and ISP, they do not communicate. They are not on the same page, and they certainly don't fucking work together, okay? Everybody has egos the size of Justin Timberlake's balls. If you guys see that, check it out. Nashville and so Justin Timberlake and Travis Kelce both had like wardrobe malfunctions this past week. And Justin's crotch was just all in a junk. Same with Travis Kelce. But, they have egos. And if Moscow Police Department, if this was released to them on 10/16, the day of the first press conference, okay? Because that's when we finally publicly were first told anything. And then somebody said, oh my God, that's what happened to us. We had we had a mask guy come in and blah, blah, blah. That's happened to us a year ago. So Moscow Police Department went and got this report. If they're working so closely together, then why 4 days later, when it was the second police presser that they had on television, did Andy Huddle, you know how I know Andy? Well, because Andy's involved with the Drake murder, and he's with Idaho State Police District 1. And Andy Huddle is ISP. That's how I know that from my research with other cases. They went and got their own release. Why? Because these people don't share dick. Okay? That's why. And so that tells me everything I need to know, that you guys aren't communicating worth a damn. And you want to know why this is so important? They're not communicating. And then guess what happens? Remember that whole little shit show happened where on 11/20, it was like Moscow Police Department was said to the Idaho State Police, stop working on that sheath. And you're going to send that to the FBI. The FBI is going to do it. On 11/20. And how do you find that information out? Because you look at and you listen to all the hearings like I have. And on 11/20, Moscow Police Department told the Idaho State Police to stop working on that knife sheath and the DNA. And they wanted to send it to the FBI. Dude, they weren't working together. cease working on making and doing your genealogy. Okay. We're going to have the feds do that shit. All right. Right here, guys. You would just share the report. Idaho State Police don't need to go get this report. Moscow has it. You make copies. You send it in an email. Why is it being released then to ISP? In order for this to be, for your name to be on this, you would have had to formally request this shit, man. I'm going to go formally request it. Why? Well, because I've been asking for Moscow to give me this and they haven't, so I'll just go request it myself. There you go. This is how well they work together. This is during 11/16/2022, 11/20/2022. This is during the investigation into the Idaho4 case. These two different agencies requesting this material. This ain't no typo. They don't work together. They all have egos. And then what does Moscow Police Department do when ISPs getting too close to their nuts? They squeeze them out. Nope, stop working on that. Send that shit to the FBI. Mainstream media has no idea what they're talking about when they're talking about this incident. They have no idea what they're talking about in the Idaho4 case. And I'm just hoping that that there's enough to get some shit tossed. Okay, because there is no more hope in juries. Okay, you have to prove yourself innocent nowadays. There is no, hey, they just didn't prove their case, so I have to go reasonable doubt, man, because like literally, like there's just so many options out there. That is no longer an option. I've personally went to these freaking hearings. I've personally went to these trials, and there is just, this is not going to happen. So the route of thinking that I'm going to be able to show a jury how corrupt a system is, no, you can't. Because your best bet, or your best is to get a hung jury. When I think Daniel Penny, he was found not guilty. Oh, well, thank God, right? But there was just a woman burning on a train, and nobody wanted to go near her. Why? Because I'm not going to get roped into a murder charge. You know what I mean? Like, people aren't even helping people because these freaking juries, because these citizens that are supposed to be upholding our rights are looking at an accused as that they are guilty, not that they are innocent until proven guilty, but that they are guilty, and you're going to have to show me. And if you don't get on the stand, then it's going to be negative against you. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I heard people that made it on that jury for the Delphi case that literally said those words. That, oh, I don't know if I could. I mean, even if the judge tells me that I can't do that, I don't know if I can do that. Ridiculous. How could that person ever make a jury? Why would you ever pick that person? How is that not a challenge? How is that not even a challenge that I have to use? But hey, we just heard out of this person's mouth, they're not going to follow the court's rules. It's really, really sad what's going around right now. But on that note, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I could talk for hours about just the stupidity of the Washington and Moscow, like just Idaho law enforcement, just dumb. Pullman, dumber. So if I ever had a what do you call it? A documentary, it'd be called Dumb and Dumber on this case. Dumb and Dumber. There you go. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Yeah, let me see. Sorry, when I'm like showing the screen, going back and forth. If you guys are writing stuff or asking questions, it's best to do it when I'm done. Member for 22 months. I'd still do ya. Thank you. Thank you. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Murky's the best. Can you look at the crystal? Oh, God. I got my hands busy right now. I don't even know the case, but if you send me something, I mean, I could peek at it, but I got my hands busy right now at the moment. Justice for Crystal McCoy Jones. I'm Crystal's sister. What state is it out of? What state? If she's still in here? What state? Gifted one. Woohoo! And now make it 6. Woohoo! So I don't know if she's dumb leading the dumber. Yep, pretty much. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know if what's her name slid here. Anybody know what state that's out of? You guys, so I was watching the subway video, and I'm like, what? Dude, homie got arrested because he was fanning her. Like, that's all he was doing, and he got arrested for that, you know? Here's Bella. Lana, yeah, of course. You can't fan somebody. And I'm over here like, why? Like, and I know that you can't, okay? But maybe he doesn't know that. Okay? I'm telling you guys, we are giving too much credit to the IQs of people. All right? Literally. Like, I'm over here like, I get what you're saying, but I'm telling you what, go ask people about that. Go ask them. If you fan somebody when they're on fire, what does it do? I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, people do not know. They just don't. They're just not smart, man. TikTok doesn't teach you that. So, well, I'm glad that you're having a great day, Sally. Woohoo! Yeah. I will check my emails. I will check them. Michelle, thank you so much. Cheers. Whoever's turning green over there. Love it. Love it. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, the Idaho4 case. If these assholes, these police officers lied to get search warrants, it's over. It's over. And you know what? It'll be a literally a mortal sin, in my opinion, if they did all of this and Brian's truly the guy. Okay. Like, what the fuck? You know? But if we can't trust our police officers, I mean, we can't just say, oh, well, no, it really, I mean, he lied, but he didn't really know what he was talking about. Then he shouldn't have wrote up the damn warrant. Okay? The feds should have had this case. Why are you having Officer Payne do this? Well, because Moscow wouldn't give it up. Why wouldn't they give it up? Why wouldn't they give it up? I mean, you guys, something about this reeks. It is fucking bad. It's bad. If that was my kid, that's all I gotta say is That's why I give so much grace to the parents. Like, yeah, I can disagree with them, whatever, but at the end of the day, they lost their kids, man. And, you know, I don't know how I would be. I don't, try to pretend that I would know. But I'll tell you what, I do know that we just can't go around, though, and I believe in our rights. And no, it's not okay for people to be going around violating our rights. That doesn't make it. I think that if you have the right people that would have been investigating the Idaho4 case, that case would have been solved. And none of this bullshit would be going on. So, hey, Lana, do you have drones in your area asking from across the pond? I haven't seen any drones. They say that drones are in Ohio, but I haven't seen them personally. I'm also not out there like hunting them down. Love you, Lana, and chat. Love from Chicagoland. Love Chicago. Woo. From the first pressure with Chief Fryer, we all knew this was going to be a shit show. Yeah, I don't even know that answer. We don't even know that answer. We still don't know shit, okay? Go watch that fool talk about this shit. And guess what? He just lost, so he's not going to be sheriff. And so what's Fry up to? You know what I mean? What's Fry been doing? Lana, did the FBI actually step away from this case? I keep hearing this. I have no idea what the FBI is doing. I think the FBI is in complete shambles when the leader of the FBI just like pieces out, Isn't it against the law to make false reports? Of course it is. It's against the law to false report as well, You guys, we need to bring back perjury. People used to be afraid to lie on the stand. You know why? Because shit would happen to you. If you lie on the stand, and we can prove that you lied on the stand, your ass is going to jail. Why aren't we pressing charges for perjury? When's the last time you saw somebody get some perjury charges? I've been in a courtroom, countless times over the past 4 years. And every single time I've been in a courtroom, I've witnessed somebody lie. But people are going to lie until something happens. And I ask myself this like on the regular, I'm like, whatever happened to the word perjury? This needs to come back. And you know what? If y'all don't want to put people in jail because think that our jails are too crowded, so I'm not going to be putting people in there for perjury, then fine the living fuck out of them. Fine them for 10 grand. Fine them for 20 grand. Okay? And if they can't pay that, then, but there has to be consequences for lying on the stand. And right now there is not. And people are lying left and right. Cops are lying to get fucking search warrants. Okay? I am telling you that Payne and whoever he did that with lied to get search warrant number 2 of AT&T. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000% lied. And when I say lie, you cannot mislead the tribunal. You cannot mislead a magistrate so that you can get your stupid fucking search warrant. You guys, magistrates pass out search warrants. I'm telling you. Why do you even have to lie? That should just tell you how bad, that you had dick, that you had to lie. Because it ain't that hard in Idaho and in Washington to get some damn search warrants. What did this chick write to get her search warrant to go into homie's house? Because where he took his cigarettes after the girls asked him to move from smoking in front of the house. Can you move because it's coming and seeping through the door? So can you move off a little bit to the left or the right? And so when he does that, then it's like, oh yeah, then he could see into my room. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what got you a search warrant? Get the fuck out of here. That she ain't getting you search warrants. And then timestamps of wrong dates of when people worked. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I personally enjoy my rights. That's why I live in the United States of America. But if we're gonna like bend over and let people fucking put it in our asses, and when I say put it in our asses, I like literally mean, you guys, these cases are setting precedent. That means literally these cases that we all watch and we all hear about, they are setting precedent that they can then fuck us, you, me. So that's why I always say, like, this is about our rights. And if the government is going to continue to bend us over, then, and we're just going to continue to allow it because people want to be on these guilters or not. I don't give a shit if Brian Colbert is innocent or not. I don't care. I care about our rights. I care about getting a fair trial. I care about my kid. Do you guys care about your kids? Do we care about our family members? You cannot just do what the fuck is going on in today's world. The government cannot do this. And if we continue to just say, oh, well, guilty until proven innocent, basically, then I hope it happens to you. I mean that. Because maybe that's the only thing that's going to wake people up, is that people don't want to get woken up until it happens to them. Meanwhile, it's just happening in front of our faces. And it's like, well, what are we supposed to do about it? Well, when you're called to jury duty, uphold our fucking rights. You're the last line of defense. Even when all of this fuckery is going on with corruption, we still have the people as the last line of defense, which is the jury. Stop making the playing field fucking 20-1. Okay? Stop. Stop doing it. You want to put that person behind bars? Prove to me that they committed this crime. And no, it's not they probably did it, or because you arrested them, they have to be guilty. Fuck that. I'm so sick of hearing that. You guys, police officers are not these some like brilliant motherfuckers out there that like, oh, well, they have to be right. No, they're actually not. They're not smart, okay? They are not motherfucking smart. They are dumb. Read this. This is stupid. This would get an F in school. A fucking F. And if you copied off of them, you'd fail too. They're not right. Oh, well, they arrested that person. They have to be guilty. No, they're not. When it smells like shit and looks like shit, it's usually shit. Okay? Stop bailing people out. Anybody that's in law enforcement and they were to see that these mistakes were all made and is literally just going to look the other way, they're part of the problem too. But the real ones are going to call this shit out and they're going to say, God, that's pathetic. Just like I would call it out if it was in my profession, like I do every other day when I see these journalists acting like fools. I don't believe anything in that PCA. I'm here to help. Are you kidding me? If y'all think Dylan could hear anything like that being said, then everything that Dylan said in that PCA that the police are putting on her would be lies. Okay. The question is how do you even attack the Idaho4 case if you're the defense? Because you have so many ways to do it. It's like, which way should we attack it? I mean, how do you get a conviction in the Delphi case when literally 3 months of interviews are gone missing? How can you convict anybody? That's literally jury saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that 3 months worth of interviews are missing. How in the world can you sit around a round table of 12 people and literally say that to yourselves with a straight face? How? Think about if it was the Idaho4 case and Jack D's interviews missing and Adams and Bethany's and Dylan's and all the families' interviews. Think about that. First 3 months of this case, think about the Idaho4, and you don't have any of those interviews. And you're going to hear that as a juror, and say, wow, they totally have this case. Like, this is their guy. Who cares about that? Who cares about that? That doesn't matter. How could a defendant show you? I mean, I would think that me just saying that's how inept they are, that they destroyed all of those one way or the other. They can say it was this. How did they not even realize it for 3 to 6 months later? That should just tell you that they didn't even look at them, that they didn't even try to watch them. You don't understand that, right? Like, how do you not know that there was a complete malfunction and then not try to, like, say, once you did find out, to then go re-interview those people because you lost those interviews? And don't tell them that you lost the interview. Say that you're doing a follow-up so that way, I mean, is that not wild? And a jury had no problem with it. Right there, you're not getting me to even, you guys, it could have been Liberty's damn uncle on that, as the defendant. I am unable to ever convict a single person in the Delphi case because of that. Not just Richard Allen. It's whoever would be in that defendant role. So same thing for me with the Brian Kober case. It's like, it doesn't matter if it would be Brian Kober or Dylan or Bethany or somebody that we don't even know. The defendant in that position, if I wouldn't be able to say they were guilty or not guilty, because you're going to sit here and tell me that, wow, the police lied to get all of these search warrants. And so all of this stuff is thrown out. Or they would have lost all these interviews. That's inept work. And inept work, you can't have a result because there is nothing like you are unable to have a final product because you're missing everything. Okay? So it doesn't matter who is going to be the defendant. I am unable to render a fucking verdict because you guys did not give me, as a juror, the information that would be able to tell me if this person is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt or not. Are you guys kidding me? That's it, period. We have judges that are telling people that they cannot put on a third-party culpability. If I'm saying that I didn't do it, clearly somebody else did. And if I want to put on whatever I want to put on for my defense, how do I not have that right in the United States of America? I can't say certain words. I can't mention certain people. Have we all lost our minds? Because we have. This is absurd. This is creating precedent. Who just wouldn't go around saying the Delphi case now and what Nick McWhelan went ahead and did, and that how he managed to That'd be like, listen, Brian Kober, you're not going to mention drugs, overdoses. You're not going to mention Bailey. You're not going to mention Adam. You're not going to mention Jack D. You're not going to mention Austin, Texas. You're not going to mention the job that she was going to go do. You're not going to mention any of this shit because it's going to confuse the jury. You're not going to mention the fact that, oh, and guess what? You can't use any of those police body cams in the months leading up to the murder because it's going to confuse the jury and it's going to make it's going to have the jury have a false impression of what the house was like. Get the fuck out of here. But guess what? They did it in the Delphi case. They just taking this out. Think about that. You are not allowed to talk about the fact that we put out a stock image of two different vehicles, one with a sunroof and one without it. You're not allowed to even talk about that. Wait, excuse me? Yeah, you can't talk about that. The Bolo. Wait, but we want to show how you guys put out one with a sunroof and then one without one, showing to the community that we believe that you guys couldn't tell if there was one or if there wasn't one, right? Yep, you're not allowed to show that. Wait, why? Well, because it's going to confuse the jury. There's not enough probative value in that. And wait, but this is what you used. Like, no, we didn't use it. Well, you used it to clog the goddamn 911 tip line or the FBI tip line, and you used it to clog the other tip line. So fuck you, we're using this. But guess what? If a judge says that no, you're not, then you're not. Okay, well, I want to talk about the fact that let's see what else. You guys, how could the jury in the Delphi case not hear about Anthony Schatz, about Keegan Klein, and that he was conversing with the girls and he was a sexual predator and that they were running a motherfucking predator ring of kiddie porn? Are you kidding me? That's who the girls were communicating with on the day of the murders. Wait, we can't talk about that? No. What if they want to blame Brent Kapaka? Okay, nope, you can't talk about him either. Wait, what? Yep, nope. He's going to confuse the jury too. You got to be kidding me, right? But think about this. How we want to talk about, okay, we have reports here that talk about onism and that's where they were going with this. Nope, can't talk about that. We can't talk about the 3 other DNAs either at the scene that were never tested and they never did any trees on them, family trees. Excuse me? Yeah, nope, that's going to confuse the jury. You guys, I'm trying to compare it to the Delphi case, to the Brian Colbert Idaho4 case, and literally this is what was like said by a judge. Yep, no. You can't use that. I mean, first of all, I thought it was ballsy. Who in the world would ever even put Motion and Lemonies in like that, right? Like those are never going to get through. They all got through. So what does that tell the world? Hey guys, and your Motion and Lemony is just right. Hey, I don't want you guys to mention the fact that Dave was buying drugs and bought drugs off of Xana before. What? Yeah, this guy, I mean, he is not coming in this courtroom and testifying that he bought drugs off of Xana at that house. Excuse me? Yep, no. Yep, not going to talk about, we're not going to be calling in, you can call in Bailey and Demetrius and them, but you're not going to be talking about drugs. Excuse me? Can you guys imagine? Like, for those of you guys, the Delphi case is very, very significant in a lot of things when you want to talk about what a judge thinks that they can keep out of a courtroom for a defendant to be able to use to show the jury that there is all this shit that was, not only was it not investigated, okay, but there are connections to the victims because Richard Allen didn't have any connections to those victims, just like Brian doesn't. What about if someone says that you can't talk about who people were banging and stuff like that? What if I thought this was a hate crime and I wanted to talk about how these girls started like getting it on with each other, and these dudes were flipping out in the frats because of it? Because none of these frat guys were getting play because these girls were getting it on. Nope, can't talk about that. Why? If I think this is a hate crime, you know, I can't use that. Jesse says, absolutely nailed it. People always ask me why I care about this shit. And I'm thinking, why don't you care? Exactly. And then that's when I realized that people just like to, I don't even know what people like anymore. But how you just don't know what's right from wrong, just like when you see it, I truly blame the way people are raised. Because when you see somebody being a shitbag to another person, like you just see it, right? It's just like, wow, it's right in front of your face. Yeah. I don't know. It's not my business. What do you mean it's not your business? I didn't ask you if it was your business. I mean, I'm saying, did you see what a shitbag they were? Oh, no, I really wasn't paying attention. Okay. Like that's America right now. You were paying attention. Now you're just being a pussy because you don't want to speak on it. My mom said, Lana, don't say the word pussy. Just say that they're just soft. Because I said, I've never, oh yeah, Deshaun Watson. I said on Christmas Eve, I was like, I've never seen a bigger pussy than Deshaun Watson. My mom was like, Lana, I was like, Mom, he is so soft. And she's like, there you go, say soft. I was like, America is so soft. So, but Merry Christmas, everybody. This was my Christmas venting. I love that session. But it's a la truth, man. We'll be at it tomorrow. We're going to be down. Bella's going to come with me. We're going to down to Columbus. We're going to go check out and see if the crime scene area is still roped off. And then I'm going to see if we have any more. I'm going to see if I can get the police to talk about what's going on with the drugs and people getting hot shotted. And is it true that 3 people were seen with ARs going into that house where the 3 women were shot up? So I want some answers to my questions. So getting to know you, our 5-year-old is a defense attorney in the making. He loves Lana and taking notes. Yep. Don't be soft, kid. All right, guys. You guys rock. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. What movie? I'm going to go watch Carry On. This is why I support Lana and TNT. Who can we trust, Alice? Who can we? Sam Panther, what's up, girl? Member for 10 months, baby time. And then look at you guys making people green in the chat. I love it. Thank you so much, moderators. Merry Christmas. I told you guys I would be doing a Christmas little special here, and I took us into December 26th. So you guys rock. Thank you for joining me. Merry Christmas to everybody. I shaved off all my hair, so if you didn't see it, rewind it back, take a look. I can pretty much do whatever I want with it. I could spike it up. I can always just wear a hat. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be kind. Rewind. Good night.